Hello, everybody, and you are watching Nerds for Christ. Jacob here. So, I recently picked up a sound card online for our church, so we could start to live stream on Facebook sermons and stuff. We had been using a phone, and it was rather it wasn't the greatest quality, as you can imagine. So now I've been playing around with the capture card, and pretty impressed, pretty happy, and it overall wasn't a terrible experience. So I'm happy I was able to figure it out after only about 2 hours with minimal difficulty, and after about watching 2 full videos, about 15 minutes long each. I could have read the manual, but it was kind of weird. The manual was kind of like a broken English, so it didn't make it as easy. So what I'm kind of doing right now is just kind of doing a test run of the Switch through the capture card. Eventually, I'm probably, since how well this works, and as well as and how impressed I am with it, I probably will pick up this video card, capture card for myself, and eventually be able to do the exact same thing. Because right now the only games I can actually run and capture is ones on my computer, so I'm limited as far as that goes. But what I'm using is, I can't show you because the cords are short, is the Pyle, P-Y-L-E, and it is PYLEUSA.com. We picked it up for less than $100. It's pretty simple. My only complaint about it is that online it will show you which is the HDMI in and HDMI out. However, it does not show you, there's no indicator on the actual box what is HDMI in and HDMI out. So that took a while. I had to go back to Amazon and actually look at the page for it, because it shows it in the pictures. So if anyone gets this, know that the right side HDMI slot with the green light facing up on the Pyle is the HDMI in, and the HDMI out is the one on the left. So just so everyone knows, and that will be helpful. And the funny thing is, if you look up reviews for this, there's actually, I can't remember the name, it starts with an A. There's another card that's exactly the same thing. It just has a different name, so I don't know if the company changed its name after a while or was bought out by someone. So I'm not quite sure what the deal with that is, but like the bottom part of it is exactly the same. In fact, it says USB 3.0, 1080p, 60 frames per second capture, and it says it exactly the same way, and even the same text and color on the other one, the other brand one. So either or, it's the same thing as far as I know. But I decided if I'm going to be doing some Switch recording, of course I would pick Pokemon as first one I'm going to do. And so far I'm pretty happy. I have a comparative. I have the screen up on one of my monitors, and then I have what the visual that comes, the recording of it. And they look exactly the same, so I think it's picking up. I think it's getting good frame rates and everything. So there's not really a disconnect. It was my only complaint was it was very complicated to figure out the sound, but that was only because of my settings on my computer. But once I watched a video with someone who explained it quite well, I got back on track. So I just thought I'd do some raids and see how this goes. You guys can see my organization. Some of it's organized, some of it needs reorganized. But there's my level 100s. my rating babies. Let me see, what type was it? Dragon Steel. Dragon Steel. Ice, I think. It's, oh no, you know what? Fighting will do it. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember the typing, but usually I get it down, and if not, I have an app on my phone just to simplify it for myself. You think I would remember all of them since I've been playing since the original Red and Blue, but it's not always the case. And you know what? I'm not even sure if I'm... Let me back out. I'm not sure if I'm even on online, so we'll check that out. Oh, wrong button. It's hard for me to play it on the controller because I'm so used to playing it actually just on the Switch. I think majority of the time I just play the Switch on the just handheld mode instead of actually hooking it up to the TV and playing. So, and I find some of the games though, like recently I got the new Darkstriders and Everspace, I think it's called, and they're hard to play. I think in the handheld mode, just because it's kind of small, and I'd like almost like the TV to enlarge it. So that's weird. Went to a Ditto. Although, you know what? I haven't opened it for a while, so the date might have been off because I don't have it auto to jump straight to online. Ditto, oh, fighting will work the same. I typically give enough time for people to join in. Though if it's something I can do by myself, I typically don't. I just jump right in unless it's something rare or like I haven't come across a shiny in a raid, but if there was, I'd wait for people to jump in. But typically 5 stars, just so I don't waste my time and take too long beating it. I wait for people to join in. And if you're one of the random weird people who are still a holdout for not getting Sword and Shield, but you have a Switch and you've played the other Pokemon games, I don't know what you're waiting for. I know it doesn't have a full dex. I wasn't happy about it either. I want to catch them all. But despite that, it is absolutely so many improvements. Everything's been sped up. Availability of Pokemon flying around, like you don't have to gather the old HMs and stuff, break rocks, travel through waterfalls, all that rigmarole. It is no longer a thing, and I love it. I love how simple and easy it is, and no complaints on that front. And is that guy's Dracofish shiny? I wasn't even paying attention. I can't tell half the time anymore. And this Pangoro, its stats kind of suck right now because I haven't actually bothered to. I can't remember if I haven't. I don't think I've hyper trained it yet, and I also don't think I've reset its effort values to 0 and then reapplied proper vitamins for its build. Typically I don't look up too many builds. I just kind of make what I want and just use the Pokemon I enjoy. Of course in the past I've looked up some things, so there's things I remember I'd always kind of use, like throwing an Assault Vest on a really tanky Pokemon with already a good enough special defense, or some of the things you pick up doing the battle tower, and it's just like, well, that's a pretty good strategy, so I wouldn't mind emulating that. And someone was taking forever to take their turn. It's the only thing I don't like about these, the raids. I think 45 seconds is kind of a long time I think it's 45 seconds, or it's 30. Sometimes you're sitting there and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I know for some they would think it's mean, but I really wish there was ability to kick people on the when the rating starts, because when people lock stuff down, and they're either trolling. Now I wish there was a way to know, because like if they're trolling, I want to kick them. If they're just new to the game, little kids, whatever, I don't care. It's not a big deal at that point for me. But like if they're trolling, like if someone throws down a magic carp after I've already locked in, it's like I should have the option to kick them, or at least. Well, I know there's. I guess there's a way. I've heard some people that you can like block someone, but I haven't actually figured that out for myself. So for people who do that kind of thing. And I almost always, as you can see, I have 948 dust balls. Dust ball is probably my favorite because, as far as I understand, the caves, actually not the caves, but the dens count as a cave, so you're always gonna get that dust ball bonus. And as far as my experience goes, I've always done quite well with them, and I almost catch every Pokemon I rate for. So. And I've even caught shinies on it. So I don't know if I'm just crazy and I'm just really lucky, or it's actually a thing. I think it is. I really do, because I think I read it somewhere. But if not, oh well. And I do not name Pokemon. The Pokemon's names are their names. I just don't like nicknames. Like I have Pokemon Home, and like I'll get a really good Pokemon, and like if it's another country's name, it's not a big deal. Ooh, let's see if I can get to that Charizard. But if it is like some really weird name or something, and like sometimes I've been able to change it, and I did get in. Sometimes I haven't, and when I'm not able to change it, it's just like, man, I don't want this. It's like, even if it's good, I haven't done the Kingler's things yet. I haven't set up his vitamins. He's not. Even though he's level 100, he's not at full build. And sometimes I take the items off these, but Gyarados should do. I know he's IV'd out and everything, and hyper trained, effort value, all that jazz. It's not often you actually can get into a Charizard. Now, I have one time gotten into a Charizard raid, and it was actually shiny, though I did not catch it, and I was sad. And it was just a random one. It wasn't like anyone's streaming drop where they're doing the den trick repeatedly, and they invite people. It was just a random one, and the same thing happened to me with a Soul Rock, and I actually did catch a Soul Rock, so I was pretty happy about that. But most of my shinies come from either Pokemon Home, and they're probably fake, or they come from hatching eggs constantly. Or my Sneasel I got lucky on, well, which is now a Weavile. I actually managed to, after I think chaining, after like the first 125, I caught it. And I was like, well, that was quick and easy. But I haven't chained in a while because I had read something where the chaining, I guess, isn't as effective, or like there needed to be a patch for it. I don't know how true that is, but my thought is the Musuda method for hatching is tried and true, so why not just stick with that? I know some people have terrible time with it, but I've never not gotten the shiny, at least around 600 or 500 some hatches. It's never I know some people like it's taken them like 2,000 or more, and it's never taken me that long. And I'm sorry for anyone out there who it's taken that long for them to do it, because that is unfortunate. And man, this is taking forever. This guy, he let the full timer go. I would have not had the patience for that. Although I would laugh if this is actually like a shiny den that someone's doing. I wouldn't. I'm not. I don't. Yeah, I'd laugh, but I'd be happy at the same time. Even happier if I caught it, if it was, but I doubt that it is. And now the screen is black for longer than it should be. There it goes. I was like, that was taking a while. I was a little concerned. Nope, no shiny, just regular old Charizard. And there's my shiny Gyarados, which isn't that impressive considering that one event they did. They were pretty easy to come by. I think I picked up 2, and I only did it for like a half hour. My brother picked up like 7 or some. So nope, I don't want to hit my own. I don't even know if that would work. I haven't tried that yet. I almost accidentally did it, but I wonder if you can hit one of your opponents. I mean, I know you can use certain moves on them that are meant to, but now I kind of want to do it, but I don't want to be a jerk. Maybe I can go on YouTube and watch someone else's video to find out if that's a thing. I'm pretty seeing the Inteleon reminds me of the Inteleon, ugh, the max form we're getting once the expansions come out. It looks pretty cool. And he's who I picked. I'm more of a Sobble than the other two. Though I have to say I wasn't really impressed with any of the 3 options, but Sobble was my preferred out of them. Now just waiting for everyone to take their turns. I'd like to know how that big of a Charizard avoids any attack. And that Dreadnought shiny is pretty cool. I won't lie. I think the shiny I'm hunting for right now, as you guys, I think, yeah, because I hatched a few eggs at the beginning of the video, was I'm looking for a shelter, but I'm really, if I don't get the shiny, I won't cry, because I'm actually really hatching it right now for a perfect with Skill Link, because I just had an idea to run a Skill Link Shelter. Well, I'm gonna evolve it to a Cloyster, but leveled up to 100 and max it out and stuff, and see how it plays out. Because what Skill Link does is, if you don't know, is random moves like Rock Blast, and I can't think of any other at the moment. The ones that hit 2 to 5 times, Cloyster automatically gets 5 hits off of it. So I think that would be a pretty good advantage, and I'm doing the math on pen and paper. It seemed like it would be a pretty good outcome, but until I do it and test it out, I won't know. So, but I'm hoping in my efforts to get a perfect, I've actually already gotten a perfect, but trying to get the right nature and making sure I get the ability I want. Just kind of waiting for that one. And I like to keep extra 6 IV Pokemon just for trades, and sometimes I give them to other people like friends. But what I'm actually probably going to hunt for next is really want a shiny Lucario. So I've already got my Dex filled, so it won't be hard to just pop in my current Lucario and start hunting. Well, hatching, I should say. And let's see if I catch it. I haven't lost too many, but now that I've said that, I feel like it's a possibility. Yeah, exactly. That's just I shouldn't have said anything. That's what made it happen. It didn't even really want to give me a chance. It's like, but still, candies and nuggets, can't beat that. Let's see what else there is. And my brother whispers, "Invite me." Oh, he's an invite. Let's see what he got going on. What are you raiding? Charizard? I don't see it. I see a Charizard, but I don't think it's you. Are you even online, Tim? Okay, well, what is it on yours? Well, don't do it yet, cause I'm doing this one. So now I get to do 3 Charizards in a row. So that'll be interesting. And maybe if I'm lucky, one of these will be a shiny, and I catch it. Oh, yep, there he is. Now he's online. I know. I've sat there before, just waiting and waiting. I'm like, why is no one joining? And it's like it'd be like a oh, what are the gold ones called? The brilliant one of the brilliant raids is sitting there, and no one's joining it. It's like, come on, like I don't understand. Like this is a popular Pokemon. Like any other time, like tons of people would fill up the raid, and it's like, oh well, I'm not online. That would explain it. So, and this guy doesn't know how to. I don't even know what that says. It's dot squiggly. 2 syllables, not syllables. 2 characters from some random language I don't know. Squiggly and another dot. So, or asterisk. Yeah, asterisk. And they're taking forever. They're taking their good time. They're letting that timer come down. They're probably like not even paying attention. They're probably just locked in into a raid, and they're like talking to someone. There we go. Finally. At least they picked a good Pokemon. And I just now noticed someone put I think it's an Ash Hat Pikachu in there? I think it's an Ash Hat Pikachu. Which I don't think I've seen on here yet. This black screen's taking forever. There we go. And I need to change my costume. I'm still wearing the all-fire costume for the to acquire the 1 TM, or yeah, TM. I cannot remember what it gives you. Obviously a fire move, I think. I don't remember. But if you don't have all the TMs, check out cerebi.net, and they will tell you how to get them all. I just got out pen and paper one day and wrote them all down, locations and prices, and got them all because I just want to make sure I had them all. Look at that damage. That's so nice. If I remember correctly, on my Gyarados, I maxed out his attack stat, and I gave him what is it, Silk Scarf? Or no, Silk, nope. Muscle, no, not Muscle Band. I can't remember what, it's one of the headbands. It makes it to where you can only use one move, but it does significant amount of damage for physical moves. And I'll look up what item it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. To check my phone. Ah, okay. The voice from Beyond, aka my brother, is like Choice Band, because he knows. And also, oh no, I want a Dynamax. The moveset I have for him is particularly, I just kind of made it for the Battle Tower, because he's kind of like my sweeper. I put him in first, and there really isn't too many teams in Battle Tower that I can't just kind of one-shot and just go through real quick and collect all the battle points I ever want. So there's really no significant strategy with him except for lots of damage. That's my goal. And I gave him, well, I didn't give him, when I was raiding for the Magic Carps, I was looking for, which is kind of why I stopped after 2. I was just looking for a Moxie one, so I got that, and that's what he has. which is my preferred ability for Gyarados. And what it does is after you knock out a Pokemon, his attack stat raises. So it makes it even easier, just kind of like one-shot one Pokemon after another, especially in Battle Tower format. Also, another reason I use Dusk Ball is I usually play at night, and like right now it's 8:12, so you know, I get that advantage as well. And let's see if I catch this one. Two shakes. Go on. There we go. Now just shrink. Yeah, there we go. Caught it. And also the Dusk Ball. It's not bad on the eyes. It's not my favorite, but I know some people are really picky about what ball certain Pokemon come in, and they want that Pokemon to be in. They want them to be in like that ball, or like it's not worth it to them. But it's like I could care less what ball it comes in, as long as it's a ball it's actually able to have come in. So because I know I probably had cheated Pokemon that I didn't cheat for, but they've been traded to me, and I really don't know. But if I found out for sure, and I know you can look it up some ways, but I would definitely delete them. Okay, Tim, go ahead and invite. I'll do that one. And he has a Charizard as well, so 3 Charizards in a row. Pretty lucky. I think so. As soon as it tells me. There we go. And I better get in this one. I'm like right there. Mm-hmm. You say sorry and keep talking. That's one of my roommates. And my brother uses the Dracovish, which is very fast and is his sweeper for Battle Tower as well. Okay. And did you not let other people join in on this? How rude, Tim. You're not waiting? You whispering, they're still gonna pick you up. But I don't care, it's not a big deal. No, I'm just doing recording, I'm not streaming. I don't like the idea of streaming, because if something goes crazy, or I know this is like random, but if you guys didn't hear it, my roommate's talking to me, but I'm explaining to him that I don't do streaming typically because I don't know, something crazy could go on. I like to be able to control what content I upload. I have some friends that possibly might use vulgar language or something along those lines, and I don't want to put out that type of content. So I just like to be able to control, and so that's why I record, and that's why I typically don't stream. I don't even do live Facebook. Like whenever I post a video on Facebook, I just pre-record it, then put it up on Facebook or any kind of social media. Man, we just took out this Charizard pretty quick. And he's down. See if I can go 2 for 3 instead of 1 for 3. I haven't even checked the stats of these. Well, I haven't checked the stats of the last one. I'll have to find out. See how good it is. I don't know why I haven't played this more on a bigger screen. I'm quite enjoying watching it. Well, not just watching it, but playing it on my monitor. I guess I'm just old-fashioned and so used to playing it on playing Pokemon on a handheld. It's comfort play. So let's check out the stats of those Charizards. Well, there's one of them. And I will move. Nope. Okay, you guys can't read it because the thing is in the way. Wait, there we go. It is... Okay, yeah. So, defense is bad. Special defense is bad. Let's see what the other one is. Okay, so it too has 2 bad stats, but be good for breeding. But yeah, I'm gonna look forward to getting my own capture card, since this one was just kind of a test run to see what it could do. And I definitely probably gonna load up more Pokemon playing content once I get my own. Pretty excited for that. But I'm still gonna upload some League of Legends and Overwatch because I can currently capture those without a capture card with my computer. So that's something I probably will do. Anyway, so this was basically my Pokemon Go kind of video card, well, capture card test. And I hope you enjoyed. Oh, I said Pokemon Go. My roommate whispered to me. Pokemon Sword and Shield. I do play Pokemon Go too. But that's it. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, and God bless, and good night.